Hey everyone, how you doing? This is the January 2020 update. We are actually going to be talking about December 2019. For the 2019 year in review, that report's actually going to come out in February. Okay, so what happened in December? Housing prices in December actually stayed about the same year on year. So there wasn't a huge increase for December. Supply for homes available for sale continues to decrease. We know that there's a housing shortage in California and the Bay Area, so that's not surprising. And properties continue to sell over asking. High demand, low supply, that's not surprising either. So what's going on in the market from my perspective on the ground here? Okay, so at the end of 2019 in quarter four, we did see somewhat of a cooling. Okay, there wasn't as much activity. But that being said, house prices didn't drop. Okay, we did see some increases in some neighborhoods, so there wasn't that much of a cooling off. Going into 2020, now let's talk about what I think is going to happen. I'm seeing a lot of buyers that are waiting on the sideline. Okay, so I think demand is still very high. I just think that buyers they're holding back. They're waiting to see what happens with the economy. They're waiting to see what happens with all this political uncertainty. But I do believe that the demand is still there. We had a lot of IPOs, not a lot. We had some good IPOs in 2019. I believe there's still a lot of cash in the Bay Area, so I think demand for housing is still going to be high. We also know that supply is not going to change. We're still in a housing crisis in California. That's not going to change for years going forward. So let's accept low supply as a fact of life, as a reality in California. For San Francisco, I'm seeing a lot of interested buyers who are starting in San Francisco, but because prices have grown so quickly over the past few years, folks are beginning to eye the East Bay as well. So the East Bay is slightly more affordable than San Francisco, but I also predict that prices are going to be going up in Oakland, Richmond, and Berkeley as well. So if you're a buyer and you have the interest and the desire and the funds needed to buy real estate, just go ahead and invest now, okay? I don't see supply changing. I just see property values continuing to increase in the Bay Area going forward. If you're a seller, 2020, I believe, is going to be a great time to sell. I think the demand is still going to be high, and of course, supply remains low, so it's a good time to look at selling. Give me a call. We can time the sale of your home to try to maximize the exposure of your home and get the highest price. If you're a buyer, let's talk soon, okay? Because if you're serious about getting into the market, you want to be watching which areas you can afford and which areas are going to be going up, because you may want to get in now, especially if you're looking for a long-term investment hold, okay? So that's kind of what's going on the ground. That's the update for December 2019. I will be here for February 2020 with another update. I look forward to being in touch with everyone. Again, if you have any questions about real estate, don't hesitate to give me a call, okay? I'll see you in December. I'll see you in February is what I meant. And have a happy Chinese New Year, everyone. Okay.